It's Ash from Super Videos, back for another live Dead Talk Q&A. As always, let me know if there's any lag or any audio issues with this stream. People a few minutes to join here and we'll get started. We have a few people on the chat already, which is great. One thing right away is I haven't watched season 10 episode 20 of The Walking Dead. So no spoilers from that episode in case you have seen it early. I did watch it early last week, but this week I wasn't able to watch it early. Spoilers, please. Dennis Yildiz. Hi there. Hi, how are you? Glad you could join. Animated Alex, long time no see. Yeah, glad to see you on this stream. Alex, welcome back. AJYT Abbott. Hey, currently watching Zack Snyder's Justice League, but a movie as long as this calls for a break. LOL, it absolutely does. I watched it last night. I think I started like 7 p.m. and it ended at like 12. And I was like done by the time it was done. But it was a great movie, so it was worth it. But yeah, I do see why you would want to take a break. Animated Alex, do you think Maze was redeemable? No, I don't think so. I don't think that Brian did there, like that was just savage. Like I don't think that he should have done that, but whether Maze was redeemable or not, I think it was too far gone. Pun intended. Animated Alex, my boy Ash growing a Rick beard, LOL. Yeah, I'm getting there. Nowhere close as the Rick beard from season 5, but I'm getting there. I'm gonna try to keep it on as long as I can. It's starting to, get a little hard. But keeping it around for a little bit longer. Animated Alex, you're gonna see Godzilla vs. Kong? Probably, yes. Probably. I don't know if I'm gonna be watching it like the day it's out, but I'll probably watch, yeah, at some point. DJ White, it is possible The Walking Dead Season 11 in summer 2021, Walking Dead World Beyond Season 2, summer fall 2021, and Fear The Walking Dead 7A fall 2021. Here's what I think we're going to see. First, obviously we're going to finish with The Walking Dead Season 10C, and then that's going to push us right into Fear Season 6B, right? And then when that's done, I think it'll be 6 weeks. So I think maybe we'll have a little bit of a break, but maybe even no break at all. And Season 11 will come because we know that summer 2021 Season 11 is coming. So there might be like a little gap between Fear Season 6B's end and Season 11, but maybe not as long. I just noticed that the stream may have gone down. Let me know if you can still hear me and see me. But yeah, just to continue that thought. So that's going to take us to midsummer or like summer, like let's say June. Season 11 is going to start and we'll have half of Season 11 and then a little bit of a break and then 11B. And I think by the end of 2021, we'll probably have seen 11A and B. And I think at that point, the movie is going to be out, or the trailer at least. And then Fear Season 7 is going to be after that. But I think Season 2 of World Beyond is going to happen before Fear. Jose Hernandez, Jeffrey Dean Morgan was doing an interview with Jimmy Kimmel and said that he has a big role in Season 11. And the AMC pitched him a Negan spinoff. Yeah, I did watch that interview earlier today. Here's the thing. One, that definitely kind of confirms Negan lives in Season 11. So for people thinking that 1022, which is the Here's Negan episode, is going to see him die, that's probably not going to happen. But as far as him having a big role in Season 11, I call BS on it. I think he's going to have the same role, no less, no more. He's just going to be around. Unless, they're going to focus on him in the first little bit, and then he's going to ride into the sunset like the comics. But yeah, I did hear that they were in talks of doing a spinoff. Although I think it would have made more sense to do a spin-off and have Here's Negan be the start of it or something. So doing Here's Negan now and then a spin-off, it's kind of weird. Like, they could still do it, obviously, because it's Negan and he's a big character. They can do that with him, but I think it would have made more sense story-wise if they made it flow like that. But not that they split it out. It would kind of be weird a little bit. Some fans might not even care, but like, it would have been great to kind of see those back to back. Like, Here's Negan and then a Negan spin-off kind of thing. Animated Alex, if only Rick can see Gabriel now, LOL. Yeah, I mean, he was definitely a savage in 1019. AJYT Abbott, Maze was an absolute lunatic, but I mean, Gabriel absolutely denied any mercy for him, LOL. Like, they could have knocked him out and left him or something. Jesus, yes, absolutely. Like, if you ask me whether his brother was redeemable, I would say maybe. Like, he was too far gone as well, but in a different type of way. Like, they could have helped him, but Maze, he was definitely gone, but not to a point where you should just kill him on the spot like Gabe did. He definitely pulled a Rick move. Animated Alex, I've noticed Negan has been taking a back seat as we haven't seen him much, or seen much of him. Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's one of the reasons why I think that's a clear kind of giveaway that season 11 is not going to be different, unless they are doing something with him in season 11 that's going to need them to focus on him a little bit at the beginning. Animated Alex, would consider Negan the main character? I don't think he is. Well, I think he is the main, or not the main, the face of the show right now, alongside Daryl, Carol, Maggie. But I don't think that he's the main character. He's an A-lister character, but he's not the main character. You know what I mean? Like, for me, a main character is a character where you kill and it deviates the story significantly. So Rick was a classic example, right? Michonne, even Maggie when she left. So obviously she's back, but when she left first, back in season 9. So characters like that. But at this point, like Negan, if you take him out of the equation, it's not going to deviate too much. At the beginning of the Whisper War, I would say Negan was like a main character because taking him out of the equation would have deviated the comic story to an extent, right? So in that case, I would have said, yes, he's the main character. But in season 11, with the Commonwealth and everything, he doesn't have a major role in the story. So at this point, he's not a main character. Animated Alex, Jesus versus Elijah. One-on-one, probably Jesus. Elijah's cool, but he doesn't have the expertise Jesus does. And he's a young kid as well. DJ White, are you going to do a death predictions for The Walking Dead season 11, the final season, and before it airs summer 2021? Yes, I will. I don't know when. Probably not at the moment. After season 10C is done, obviously. That would be the best time. And then before it comes back. So I'm thinking close to when Fear's about to be done with 6B, I'll do like a death prediction for season 11 of Walking Dead, because it'll just be around the corner at that point. I did one for Fear, like 6B, death predictions for that. And it's right around the corner, so it kind of makes sense. Couple weeks. We have a couple weeks left for that. Animated Alex, what if Daryl's girlfriend left because she was pregnant? LOL, just kidding. I mean, as far as Leah is concerned, Daryl's girlfriend, as you call her, I don't care anymore. Like, I didn't like this story to begin, and it was rumors at the beginning, and I'm like, I hope it's not true, but it was. And at this point, I just don't care. Like, whatever they do with her, I don't care. Like, it was a cool concept, but they executed a weird way where it just made no sense. And then you watch that episode, it just doesn't feel like it makes sense. It feels like it was Daryl's fantasy or something. You know what I mean? It doesn't feel real because it was never mentioned. No one talked about it. No one brought it up. Nothing. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't need Daryl to tell everyone, but I feel like if it was really a thing, there should have been some sort of a hint or some sort of a not Easter egg, but something there to make you see like, oh, something might have happened. You know what I mean? It was just way out of the blue. Animated Alex. What if we see Negan become the leader of a big group, but this time he's using the group for good? Like in season 11? I mean, that would be a cool concept, but not in season 11. In like a spin-off for Negan, if they do one. Attila Savas, hi. Hi, how are you? Glad you could join. Masked Ninja, do you think the Reapers or the Whisperers will be involved with the water tower death? I don't think we're going to see a water tower death. I did a video on that. I think that's just an Easter egg. And the writers be like, let's do something not controversial, but something that's going to get fans thinking and talking, you know? I don't think anything is going to happen. If it happens, I hope it's not the Reapers. I hope it's the Whisperers because, I mean, I don't know. Now that I think about it, when it doesn't involve Beta, who even cares? You know, who cares? Could be a Whisperer, could be a Reaper. Animated Alex, I'm calling it now. The Reapers will be a minor role and will only last 2 to 3 episodes, like the Termites. Could be. I was thinking there is a connection between them and CRM, and I was even thinking Maze could be connected to all of it. But at this point, after seeing that episode and after kind of seeing what they're doing with the Reapers or what they've done with them after, which is nothing, I feel like it's probably going to be something that's going to be mentioned again, or they're going to come around a little bit in the next episode or two. Like not 10-20, but 21 or 22. And that'll be it for them. Maybe we'll see them a little bit in 11A, but that'll be it. That'll be the end of them. DJ White, in Fear Walking Dead Season 6B, what will happen to Rachel? Raleigh, Ozzy, Hilly, Marcus, Tess, Jacob, Samuel, Dylan. I don't know any of those people. I don't remember any of them. Prediction for 6B of Fear, and I talked about most of the main characters. I don't remember any of them. If they're background characters from the Pioneers and from the group that Sherry was with, then they could keep them around. They could kill them. It doesn't matter. They're not going to be a big part of the story. Let's just say that. Animated Alex. Daryl did all of the pouting and shouting over a map like calm down man. That wasn't the only one left in the world. Well, it might have been in their case. He's been filming non-stop every day. Well, here's the thing. There's 2 parts to it. One, it might not be for season 11, like not for season 11, but it might not be, it might not mean necessarily that he's in every episode. It could be that there's one big episode for him and that's why he's been filming, because it's not like they film one day and that's it for like one scene. It's not. It takes a few weeks, right? So it doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to be in every episode of season 11, and it doesn't mean that he's going to be the focus of season 11. But yeah, it does mean that he does survive up to season 11 and get out of that. Animated Alex, do you think CRM took Leah? No, I don't think so. I think there could be a connection with Commonwealth video on that already, but that's pretty much it. I don't think she's connected to CRM in any way. Or I don't think they took her away. Like, it wouldn't matter. Like, how are they going to explain it or bring it full circle? You know? Unless Daryl at some point ends up at CRM, which is probably not going to happen. At least not until the 4th spinoff. Let's just say that. Maybe 4th spinoff will take them to the CRM. Who knows? Masked Ninja, what do you think will be the wall of the Lost at the Commonwealth? I think it'll be either Ezekiel or Yumiko. They did release that teaser, right? With the wall and the cake. That was a pretty cool teaser. Different, but cool teaser. I'm doing a video on that, so it'll be coming up. But in terms of whose picture is going to be on there, at this point, I'm feeling good about Connie. But if they don't do that with Connie, I think it could be just about anyone. It doesn't really matter. As long as it's a main character, not a main, but as long as it's a relevant character, then it could be anyone. Like if they do it to Princess, I'll be like, that's stupid. Like that's a waste. Or not if it's like, I don't know. One of the new people Maggie came with, I'll feel the same way. If it's like someone else like that, you know, it just feels cheap and a wasted opportunity. So I hope they give it to someone like maybe Connie or like maybe Ezekiel's relative, or I hope that it's someone relevant, to say the least. Animated Alex, sucks we never got a single scene between Negan and his former ex-saviors. Yeah, that was definitely a wasted opportunity. AJYT Abbott, it would be cool in Fear 6B if we got a big war between Reapers, or Rangers, not Reapers. Rangers, Morgan's group, and the End is the Beginning group. The masked people. And the masked people. I don't think we'll see like a war between all of them together. Like they'll pick sides. I don't think that it'll be everyone just on the will pick sides at some point. If there's going to be a big war like that. But yeah, I would like to see something like that as well. That's what I'm pushing towards or building towards, I feel. But it's not going to be, it won't be the first time when Fear doesn't complete a story that it's been building towards. You know what I mean? Epic Zombie Killer, Q&A, hey Ash, I'm enjoying The Walking Dead Season 10 bonus, but they are a bit slow. I absolutely agree with you, 100%. Up to this point, the only episode that I thought was decent was 1019. And by decent, I mean, like, it was not a solid episode, but it was decent. It was, like, an episode I would expect to see from The Walking Dead at this point, at this stage. 1019, or not 1019, 1017, I feel like maybe it was a little bit less than decent, but it was still bearable. It was good. Mainly because it had Maggie in it. We had Maggie back, and there was a little bit of a cool scene in there with the Reapers, or not cool scene, but like the tension that they built with that was cool. But other than that, it wasn't like there wasn't anything there. 10, 18, waste of an episode, I think. Like, I don't, not to say that I hated what they did, it was whatever, but I feel like it was a cheap way to get fans talking. So that's that. 10, and one thing, for fans who are going after the actress that's playing Leah, what's wrong with you? I'm just going to say that. So, I'm not saying this so we attack the person, the actor. I'm saying this not even to attack the writers. I'm just saying this to share thoughts and for us to kind of be vocal about why we might not like an episode, so that way the writers would kind of see what we may like or we may not like. And it's not like it's their job to make every fan happy as well. So what that fans like me didn't like that, you know what I mean? There were people who did like it. But I'm just saying that it wasn't my cup of tea, let's just say that. we're gonna have to wait and see what happens in 10/20. I feel like it's gonna be a princess centric episode, so that gets me a little on the edge, because I'm like, there's a chance they might go overboard with that, and it might please princess fans, but people who may be okay with princess but they don't really care for her as much to see like a bottle episode of princess, they may not necessarily like it. You know what I mean? So we're gonna have to wait and see what happens there. But because it does have a little bit of Commonwealth, which is from season 11, I feel like it's gonna be enough to get even non-princess fans to feel like it's okay, I talked way too much answering that question. Anyway. Jose Hernandez, what will be delayed reaction to the Commonwealth? Oh, Daryl's reaction. Speaking of reaction, I wanted to mention something in this stream. I'll talk about it in like a sec after I answer your question. Daryl's reaction to the Commonwealth is going to be the reaction he had to Alexandria when he first got there. Only this time, it would be slightly different in a way where he's not saying, this is not going to last. He's going to be seen through the BS and through the holes of the community. Kind of like Dwight. I'm not saying he's going to get Dwight's death for comic readers, but I'm just saying that he'll have similar mentality to how Dwight saw things in the comics when it comes to Commonwealth. Oh, and now going to what I was going to say. So for the reactions that we're doing, because of the lack of interest for the reactions, it just doesn't make sense for me to be uploading reactions every week to all of the things that I'm doing. I'm probably still going to watch. Even when I drop a reaction, I'm still going to watch the episodes. But as far as reacting and editing and all of that, we're going to drop one reaction. I put a poll in my community tab and asked which one do you want me to drop, and I had like every reaction on there except Walking Dead, and the one that came lowest was The Boys. So going forward, we're going to be dropping The Boys. I'm going to be reacting to the other stuff like I have been, but we're going to drop The Boys. It'll be one episode a week for the other stuff that we're doing, just like it is now. A new schedule will be coming probably tomorrow for the future. And I'm going to try to make it work even when Walking Dead is full time, like when they're back with the seasons. So that way we'll still be able to do both. You know what I mean? Because obviously when Walking Dead is back, I do a little bit more Walking Dead content. So it stops me from being able to do a lot of reactions. So I'm going to try to keep it light on the reaction side. So not like weekly. It'll be like maybe every other week or something, but it'll be an episode reaction at some point. You know what I mean? It might alternate between shows, something like that. So that will be coming up tomorrow with the updated schedule. But yeah, just to complete that thought, the reaction that's going to be dropped is The Boys. I'm still going to watch it, like continue on. But as far as uploading reactions, that's going to be stopped at this point. I mean, season 3 is coming up, right? Or it'll come up at some point. So if I finish season 2 or 1 and 2 and season 3 comes up and people want me to react to it, and if there's enough interest, I will. But as far as season 1, the rest of season 1 and 2 goes, I'm just going to watch it by myself, no reactions uploaded. All right, back to questions. Alex, which character do you think lost the most loved ones in the show? For me, I think it's Ezekiel. Gotta be Maggie. Maggie lost her whole family first, except her father and Beth. And then she lost Beth, or her father and then Beth, and then Glenn. And then this new community was wiped out that she was in. So I think it's Maggie, for sure. Ezekiel, I think the only people Ezekiel lost is, yes, like when the war was going on, she lost her whole community. But after all that war, I would say it's been very light for him. Not in a bad way, in a good way. Like he's been, things have been good for him. He hasn't lost a lot of great loved ones after the war. Kid Low, do you think that will be, or there will be a Walking Dead show after first Rick movie to show the Commonwealth versus CRM stuff instead of jamming it to the movies? Do you think we'll get a Walking Dead show after? No, I think they'll have it in movies. Like they'll split it out into chunks. They may start teasing at this war in season 11, but I do feel at this point that they're gonna do that in the movies, but in installments, not in one movie. Epic Zombie Killer. Q&A. Hey, if I found rank, the bonus episodes, I'll have 18, 17, then 19. For me, I would say 19 at this point. 19, 17, 18. And I feel by the end of all of it, and right now it's speculation, but based on everything that I know we're going to see from the remaining episodes, obviously I can't rate it, but from what we've seen, based on the energy I'm getting from them, I think at the end my ranking will be 10-22, 10-19, 10-20, 10-18, then 10-21. I feel like that's going to be where I'm going to be at. Animated Michonne. They could go that route, but then they're scrapping everything with Michonne reuniting with Rick in the CRM. So all of that would be wasted, you know? It would be like, what was the point of building it up in Michonne's last episode then, you know? So because of that, I feel like it's a waste. I just noticed that this is not centered. It'll be a waste, and I don't think they'll want to do that because they've been spending so much time building that Michonne Rick thing up. Mario, hey Ash, hey, how are you? Glad you could join, Mario. I got a theory, hit me up with it. Animated Alex. I hope the intro for The Walking Dead is season 11. Yeah, I hope so. I don't see a reason why it wouldn't be because it's the final season. So I think they're going to do a new intro. And it's probably going to have a lot of Commonwealth references and like Easter eggs in there. But I definitely think we're going to see something new, something revised. Animated Alex. Mace could have been a perfect whisperer. Yeah, I could have seen that. I could have seen him being like an Xavier as well. You know? I could have seen that too. Like that side of it. Mario, I think Gabe will encounter Reapers near Water Tower, and that will be his death early in season 11. It's been all leading to the Faith and other foreshadows. And it all ends with Pope himself. Could be. I could see that. Do I want Gabe to die? No. But I could see that. But I don't think that death will be his comic death. It'll be different. Even if it involves the Water Tower, and even if he dies the same way, I feel like it won't be his comic death because it's so different. It just visually looks the same, you know? But everything else is different about it. I wouldn't personally be a fan of it unless they make Pope be this kind of like cool character and they build him up to be this kind of cool character, and then he shows up and kills Gabe the first time we see him, then maybe I could see it. Kind of like what they did with Negan, you know? Then I would like it that way if they do something like that. Masked Ninja. People who say Dwayne makes me upset because Dwayne Jones is dead. Morgan even said it. It would be shocking if that was the case. Yeah, I don't think Dwayne is alive. Like, if Dwayne was alive, then everything about that Morgan-centric episode where he's like, I see red, would be pointless, and it would it would be it would make Morgan come off as not a lunatic, because yes, he was a lunatic, but it would make him come off as this kind of like weird and kind of not even the character Morgan, but it would make that storyline be stupid and waste of a story. You know, if Dwayne is alive, what was the point of all of that? You know, just to show us that Morgan is a lunatic. There was better ways to do that. Animated Alex, hey, remember the Highwayman? I don't either. I remember just the main guy that died, like the episode after. AJYT Abbott, I'm starting to think John is becoming suicidal and violent. We've seen a glimpse before of what he is like without June. Oh, June. It's not kind John we're used to. On top of that, Jane's death effed him up. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna kill John. I'll be surprised if they do, but I do think that he's becoming very erratic. I do agree with that, and I think there's a big difference between the John now and the John that we first met. DJ White, in season 6B of Fear the Walking Dead, in 609 of the synopsis, Morgan and Ginny have a standoff and Ginny gets outgunned. And what will happen to Ginny in 609? I haven't seen that. Did they say that in the synopsis? But I haven't read that anywhere. Animated Alex, I keep forgetting the Whisper War is over, lol. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's over, but I'm hoping we see some remaining whispers like in the comics, because I feel like that was a pretty cool part of this story for the whispers that that bled into season 11 or the next storyline with the Commonwealth. In this case, it'll be season 11. So that. Animated Alex, I agree. Ash Daryl isn't the type of character to just drop his things and feel welcomed. Yeah, absolutely. And I think it'll be kind of like what we saw in Alexandria with him, like I said, but it'll be it'll be much worse, because he's at this point, he's seen way more to not trust, you know? Especially a big community like this, with a military, you know, he would definitely be keeping his eyes on people when he gets there. Epic Zombie Killer Q&A Hash, episode 18 is my favorite because of Leah, Daryl, and Dog. Yeah, I could see it being people's favorite. Yeah, definitely. Just not my favorite. DJ White, what will happen at the end of 1022? Here's Negan of The Walking Dead. If I were to make a guess, I would guess that I'm guessing that what happened? Something happened to my mouse. Anyway, I think that he's gonna be expelled, or he's gonna be sent away by the survivors, or he's gonna go willingly. But maybe we're gonna 11 more often than we did in the comic when he left. Something like that. That would be my guess. Other than that, they can't really do much with him. They're not going to kill him, because we know he's in season 11. So what can they really realistically do with him if they don't have him be sent off? They could just have nothing happen, but that will be anticlimactic, you know? Animated Alex, do you think Herschel and Judith could end up a couple when they're old enough? Of course. Um, I hope not, because it's like too convenient story-wise, but I don't know. If it happens organically, then I guess it's cool. Animated Alex, Ezekiel deals with loss the best, in my opinion. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Jose Hernandez, will there be a time skip of a few weeks in the beginning of season 11? I think there'll probably be a skip. I don't know how long though, but maybe it'll be between, here's the thing, between a few weeks to maybe a month or 2 months. Like maybe, here's the thing. Depends how they're gonna end 10C. But I could see there being like a few months time jump, but not more than 3 months, you know? Because the Commonwealth is right around the corner. They have our group, so it wouldn't make sense for there to be such a long gap. If there is a long gap and the characters haven't returned from Commonwealth, like the people that are stuck right now, that are captured, then they would have to go looking for them, right? So it just depends what they're going to do, especially in 1020, but also at the end of 10C. But I think realistically, it'll be a few weeks, like you said, yes. But I could see it being like a couple months, but not more than 2 months or 3 months. But even that would feel weird. Like they would go looking for them, like I said. I'm King Ken, says hi. Hi, how are you? Glad you could join, King Ken. Epic Zombie Killer Q&A. The season or actor was so expensive. Yeah, obviously. Animated Alex, I hope the new intro is a mix of all the old locations. It could be. Could be like a nod to the previous seasons as well. King Ken, he was just there for one episode. Maze, yeah. But I think there was two. I don't think they wanted to have a character in the, like I don't think that they would bring a character in the bonus if they're gonna stay long term. Like I don't think they intend to do that. So let's say if Robert Patrick was gonna actually be a main cast, I don't think they would introduce him in 10C. I think they would bring him in season 11. So that's one part of it. The other part of it is, yes, I think because of the actor, how big he is, how, so I don't think he'll be committed to doing a show even though it's the end of it. So there's that. And also, like you said, he's probably expensive, or someone said, yeah. Looks like the stream may be a little slow, laggy, so... And we're like 43 minutes in. I didn't even realize. So maybe 5 more minutes of live stream, or what do you call it? A rapid fire Q&A, and that'll be the end of the stream. So 5 more minutes, and that'll be the end. Epic Zombie Killer, hey Ash, my opinion, I hated May's death. It was just random and rushed. I would agree with that. They needed to flesh that out a little bit. They needed to let that moment breathe and do something kind of different. Even if it meant for him to live another episode, you know? But I feel like the way that they had him come up and the whole story go and then him get killed, it felt like a webisode, you know? It felt like a webisode. And I feel like if they had that mentality where they wanted to, or they had to make every episode be a webisode, then they kind of had to. But I feel like I agree with you 100% that it was a little rushed and it didn't feel organic and it didn't feel like it happened naturally, you know? Yes, it made sense for Gabe to do that, or now retrospectively looking at it, it made sense, but what happened was rushed. I feel like they could have done it a little bit differently and flesh it out a bit. Animated Alex, I agree. Zombie Killer is just felt like a guest star cameo. Yeah, it did, absolutely. It was, yeah, it absolutely was. Animated Alex, I know, but still should have done more with it. Mask Ninja, let's see if there's a question. If there's any final questions to answer here. Mask Ninja, I think Walking Dead logo in season 11 intro will not be decayed anymore. I believe that would be the case because the Commonwealth is a civilization. Could be. It could be like the intro could look exactly like it did in season 1. And that'll be like a new kind of start kind of thing. Could be. King Can, I mean, we should be grateful for these episodes. That's true. That's very true. Like, they didn't need to do these episodes. So it's great that we have some Walking Dead content. It's just some are a little too slow and some are a little bit isolated for it to mean something long term. Like, yes, it's great that we have these now, but how many of us are really going to come back to these episodes and talk about these stories in a year or two, you know? So because of that, I feel like that takes away from it a little bit, but I'm still, or at least I'm not, I was going to say we, but I'm still happy that we have these episodes, because if we didn't have these episodes, then we wouldn't have Walking Dead until season 11. Or the main show, I mean. So yeah, I'm glad we have it, but I'm not a fan of how they did it, but I'm still happy with it. But long term, I feel like it's not going to be episodes that I go back to and talk about and kind of refer back to or anything like that. Masked Ninja, how will Daryl react to the Commonwealth arriving at Alexandria? I think he would probably, let's see, how do I want to say this? He would probably want to reveal as little as possible about Alexandria to keep them safe. And even the fact that they're there, I think he would be a little not sure about it, and his gut feeling would tell him this is a bad idea. Alright, last few questions. In 1021, diverged whether or not we will see the rest of the remaining of the Whisperers at the Whisperers camp. Yeah, we could see that in that episode for sure. That would make that episode better, in my opinion. Because other than that, what do we have in that episode? I don't see a lot of story in that episode that they could do. Animated Alex, do you think Fear will catch up with The Walking Dead's timeline? In season 7, I feel like it might. There might be like a time jump there. Animated Alex, our characters are vulnerable to the Reapers because their communities haven't been rebuilt yet. Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. Absolutely. Animated Alex, do you think we'll get more backstory to where Maggie was? I think if they wanted to do it, they should have done it. Let's just say that. They should have done it in 1017. But because they didn't do that, then if they do it, it'll obviously be in season 11, but I feel like there's no point to it. It's like, we don't care anymore. We're way past that, you know? Unless there is a significant connection to what the story is. Maybe Georgie and Commonwealth and things like that. So if there's a big connection, yes, absolutely, we could see it. Jose Hernandez, will Judith and Lydia be mad that Negan is exiled? I don't know about mad, but they would, I think they would step up and try to vouch for him, but if they do send him away, I think they'll understand. Especially because Maggie, you know, at least Judith would understand, I think. Lydia may not understand, but she would accept it. But Judith, I think, would understand at the end of the day, especially with Maggie coming back. All right, so that is the end of our stream. We've been going for 50 minutes. It was a great stream, great. Stay tuned for tomorrow. Stay tuned for a breakdown I'm gonna do to at least the wall, and the cake. For people who have seen it will understand what I mean. That's for season 11. Also, I'm gonna be posting the new schedule coming up, so stay tuned for that as well. And obviously, my reaction to 1020, that'll be coming tomorrow as well. So stay tuned for all of that. That's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, smash the like button. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe to join our community and press the bell to be notified when we upload. That's pretty